Hi, in this video I will talk about the children of Israel Surah, and now we know that Israel people are causing a lot of problems and killing a lot of civilians for no reason, and this is indeed very sad thing. And then they're not they're doing collaborative damage, and this is against the war rules, and they are still doing such corruption. So anyway, in this video I will mention about this 16 verse 16. If we are to annihilate any community, we let the leaders commit vast corruption therein. Once they deserve retribution, we annihilate it completely. Many a generation have we annihilated after Noah. Your Lord is most efficient in dealing with the sins of his servants. He is fully cognizant, seer. And for it has a sociological meaning. But for us, our life is already limited. We are aging day by day, so we're getting closer. And so it is important to know that there is a likelihood that God lets those leaders to vast corruption there, because God knows that they will do something bad, and their people are also bad, and they're following their leaders. So if they don't follow their leaders, then they won't. God will not cause problems. And previously, we see that God mentions the fairness of and of judgment. Anyone who chooses this fleeting life as priority, we will rush him to what we decide to give him, and then we commit him to Gehenna, where he suffers forever, despised and defeated. As for those who choose the hereafter as their priority and work righteousness, while believing their efforts will be appreciated, for each one of them we provide those and these from your Lord's bounties. Your Lord's bounties are inexhaustible. Note how we preferred some people above others. The differences in the hereafter are far greater and far more significant. It's important. So it shows that we will have more reward in the hereafter. It's so people generally traditionally do not mention this. That they mention, but it's like they're not sure because we didn't see, but God clearly tells that hereafter we will see more differences. So because there's a hell, it's true, because there's a hell and heaven, and then it's like they're tortured. They were being tortured in the hell for their because as a punishment, and in the heaven they got a lot of reward. You shall not set up any other beside God beside God. This you end up despised and disgraced. Your Lord has decreed that you shall not worship except him, and your parents shall be honored. As long as one or both of them live, you shall never say to them, "Oof," nor shall you shout at them. You shall treat them amicably. And lower the wings of the humility and kindness, and say, "My Lord, have mercy on them, for they have raised me from infancy." Your Lord is fully aware of your innermost thoughts. If you maintain righteousness, he is forgiver of those who repent. You shall give to do alms to the relatives, the needy, the poor, and the traveling alien, but do not be extravagant. So do not give excessive money for needy people. The extravagant are the brethren of devils, and the devil is unappreciative of his Lord. So because if you give excessively, then you will lose the power of giving money to other people. You don't feel safe, and so you should save to give other people. And yeah, but you shouldn't be like compulsive. You shouldn't have I think, like, if you have things that you don't necessary, then you shouldn't you have it. You can give it to other people uh, to help others. Even if you have turned away from them as you pursue the mercy of your Lord, you shall treat them in the nicest manner. You shall not keep your hand stingly tied to your neck, nor shall you foolishly open up, lest you end up blamed and sorry. For your Lord increases the provision for anyone. He chooses and reduces it. He is fully cognizant of his creatures here. So in the Quran, we don't see any percentage, how many percentage you have to give. But you cannot just take it as a, okay, it wasn't mentioned clearly, I will just give very little. This is not good. So, well, it is something that you can feel it, that you can give, and you can consider the conditions you are in, and you can compare yourself with the other people. And so you should help people accordingly, according to the Quran. You shall not kill your children due to fear of poverty. We provide for them as well as for you. Killing them is a gross offense. You shall not commit adultery. It's a gross sin and an evil behavior. You shall not kill any person, for God has made a life sacred, except in the course of justice. If one is killed unjustly, then we give his or her authority to enforce justice. Thus he shall not exceed the limits in the avenging murder. He will be helped. You shall not touch the orphans' money except for their own good, until they reach maturity. You shall fulfill your covenants, for a covenant is a great responsibility. So this is important because also we see in the Quran that there is no age for maturity, because it depends on the culture, depends on the age, depends on the race, and depends on the people. So there's some people are mature at the age of 18, some people are not. So that's why it is important, but it doesn't mean that. So, but this is important that they have to know the intention. So some people can. So they some accuse the slavery. Why God didn't forbid slavery? It's the same. Like why God didn't forbid taking orphans' money. So it shows that it is not very logical, because God says that free slaves, and it means there's no slavery. And this is here the same concept. God doesn't. So because maybe at that time, so it's sort of out of the topic, but at that time the slavery wasn't a system. They don't discuss about like something slavery system. They don't discuss politics. There's no such established international relations. So God forbid some things. Indeed, it says in a way that you feel that, but it maybe the reason because it was a system at that time. So God mentioned that way. So now it's sort of a system too. Stealing someone's money is something like defined in the law, according to law. So, but it doesn't mean that God doesn't forbid it. It means that don't do it. It's a rule, and so it means. So that's why. And if you have slave or something, it means it's also. I think it's a sin. You cannot have it. You cannot. It's not a law. They should be free, and they should be only slave of God, and they should only obey God. You shall give full measure when you trade, and weigh equitably. This is better and more righteous. So it's also a very general concept. And nowadays we shop things fairly using websites or something. So they should do the same thing. They should be honest. They shouldn't cheat them, and they should trade and trade well. So anyway, thanks for watching this video, and hope to see you in the next video.